Come on, Blazer.
It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blazer.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, hustle for your boy, fix it for your boy, drop it for your wah 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 wah. Lift it up.
Good morning, happy Tuesday. Yeah. Happy Tuesday, Grand Rising OCO, my people. What's going on? Good morning. Y'all get up in here and like the video, okay? You guys get in here and like the video. We have some things to discuss. Y'all, I took my braids out and washed my hair and dyed the front of my hair because it be going gray. And now I got to braid my hair this evening. This is my first time doing bohemian braids. I YouTubed it and I feel like I could do it. So we'll check it out. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that go. Miss Pre Rogers, today your birthday? Okay, yeah. We definitely gonna celebrate. Got to do that. We got to celebrate. Who else got a birthday? Girl, look. When I put these braids in, if I look a mess, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But you guys, we have a lot to discuss. Y'all come on in and like the video. Yesterday was yours? Girl, why you ain't said nothing? Or maybe you did. I was on my bed yesterday. Oh, Lord, we about to celebrate our birthdays then, girl. God is yours too? Girl, was y'all saying this in the chat? I wasn't even paying attention to the chat for real until all the end. I'm sorry, y'all. Well, look. Miss Prez, Goddess of Peace and Love, and Talanda got birthdays. So we just gonna kick off the birthday celebration. How about that? We just about to kick off the birthday celebration. We got 3 birthdays that we are celebrating today. I need y'all to do what y'all know how to do, which is drop them cakes down there in the chat. And let's get this celebration going. Y'all ready? Happy birthday to all 3 of y'all. All 3 of y'all. Happy birthday, girl. Let's get into it. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Happy birthday, child. It's about 12 birthdays, girl. Ooh, Virgos. Y'all a little passive aggressive now. Churn birthdays, mama birthdays, your birthday. Happy birthday, but y'all a little passive aggressive. All these birthdays. What is going on, Virgos? Virgos, what is going on? Happy birthday to all of y'all. Every single one of y'all's birthdays. Goddess, you turned 52. Talanda said she turned 50, right? Big 50. Don't play with them as we shouldn't. But y'all coming in a little hot, ain't you? Oh, girl, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Well, girl, everybody was having their churn in the Virgo season. Everybody had their churn in Virgo season. It was like everybody, like, I don't know, maybe everybody was doing it around the same time, and then everybody had their churn with the Virgos. My birthday, to look, another one. My birthday today. Can you say happy 21st to Michaela Webb? Happy 21st birthday to Michaela Webb. Okay. Is there any more birthdays? Ooh, them Virgos passive aggressive, huh? Shout out to the birthdays. Look, can you please do the happy birthday song one more time? I'm the big force. There you go. There you go. There you go. Well, you know what? Shout out to the Virgo birthdays. It's so many of y'all I can't count. Okay? It's too many of y'all. I'm overwhelmed, but we gonna run it back. We gonna run it bike. Okay? Let's get back. All right, nephew say he just got accepted to college. Well, I'm so excited for you, baby. And I'm proud of your nephew. Don't worry about it. But let's get this birthday going back around, because we got 50 left. Half the chat got a birthday today, girl. It's crazy. Ooh, Virgos. Ooh, Virgos. Ooh. Girl, y'all is a time, ain't y'all? Girl, everybody mama was having their churn around this time. Girl, get these birthdays back up here. Let's get into it. Happy birthday to all my beautiful Virgos. Let's get into it. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday. I need everybody who got a birthday today to tell your mom, ask her what was going on around this time. To where, 9 months before this time, 9 or 10 months. Ask y'all mamas, if you can, what was going on around the time? Was this during the hippie era? What was going on, girl? Everybody got birthdays. Shout out to the Virgos in the chat. Yeah, wasn't there, Tommy? Getting freaky, girl. They must have dropped something in the air or something. I don't know. They must have dropped something in the air. They must have put them chemtrails around there that time. And niggas was just humping around, okay? Niggas was humping around, girl. They dropped them chemtrails in the air, girl. What was going on around that time? Girl, oh, it was Christmas time. Uh-huh. Girl, that is a time, girl. Shout out to the beautiful Virgos, dude. Y'all a little passive aggressive now. Y'all ain't as mean as them other people. We ain't gonna say their name. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna say them other people, but y'all not as mean as them other people, but y'all, you know, y'all a bit overwhelming. But happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday to the Virgos. Yes, ma'am. Happy birthday. Soon as I come on, I couldn't even get the intro. It's my birthday, my birthday, my birthday. Oh, girl, hold on, girl. Let me put my wig on. Hold on. Now, normally they saying it was Christmas time. Girl, them children, y'all, they supposed to have time to be humping. They got to wrap gifts for them children. Y'all up there talking about, your parents was up there talking about they wrapping gifts. Girl, they wasn't wrapping no gifts. They was wrapping gifts, all right. Girl, children ain't had nothing for Christmas. Girl, that's crazy. Children woke up with nothing under the tree because your parents was down there. Girl, that is a time. I feel sorry for y'all older siblings, girl. That is a time. Girl, you supposed to be up wrapping the gifts playing like Santa Claus done came down a chimney that most of us didn't have. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Most of us ain't even have no chimney. So why did we believe Santa Claus was coming down the chimney? But neither here nor there. Girl, y'all parents was down there wrapping gifts, quotation fingers. Children ain't had nothing the next morning. Girl, that is a time. That is a time, girl. That is a time. poacher, probably, you know, ruined their little week. You know what I'm saying? Their little life. They probably still got PTSD from that because they was wrapping gifts so y'all could come on in. Girl, that is a time. I'm glad I'm not the oldest. Oh Lord, thank you. I'm glad I'm not the oldest. Okay, girl. But yeah, we suffer from crackatosis, boo. We did. Cause why would they tell us that? Oh, girl, we watching all of the Charlie Brown Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Girl, we watching all of that. And Santa Claus supposed to come on his sled with 12 reindeer, led by Rudolph, and come down the chimney. Girl, we ain't even had no chimney. Now, I ain't gonna lie. My dad, one of our houses did have a fireplace. They did. And my daddy, look what my daddy used to do. Girl, this how you know. This before my mom became a Jehovah's Witness, girl. That was the worst time of my life. But look, what my daddy used to do is my daddy would get his big old boots and he would make it. We would put the milk and cookies out on the mantle. And my daddy would get his boots and make it seem like Santa Claus, and he put footprints, make it seem like he walked from the chimney to the tree. Girl, he sure did. Wasn't that see, my parents was really wrapping gifts. Y'all, I don't know what y'all mamas was doing. My mom and daddy was up wrapping gifts. I don't know what y'all mom and daddy was doing, but I'm just saying, yeah, I don't know what's going on. But happy birthday to all the Virgos, and shout out to the churn who ain't getting nothing the next morning. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to the Virgos, and shout out to the churn who ain't getting nothing the next morning. There you go. Poor churn. But y'all here though, right? Dear God, I'm here. Dear God, I'm here. Okay. What? Rest in peace at We Call BS podcast. And what? Oh, girl, why would you say that? Girl, I read it wrong, maybe. My nephew who passed away on July 4th, 2021 birthday was this past Saturday. He would have been 34 years old. Well, my condolences, girl. Nah, this person outside the box. Now, why would you put that like that? Girl, you made me think We Call BS podcast was out the door. Why would you say it, girl? Maybe I read it wrong. What is going on? Girl, y'all scared me, girl. Y'all, let me get out these comments because y'all scared me. Rest in peace to your nephew, We Call BS News podcast. Girl, I thought, girl, y'all done made me think that, girl. I can't, girl, let me get out these comments. But we got some things to discuss. Now. Cam Newton, along with Nick Cannon, are degenerates, and they don't see it. And we're going to discuss this recent interview Cam Newton did with this light-skinned woman who's 41 with no children and no husband. And Cam Newton think that's crazy because he's 41 with 8 children and 11 baby mamas. Just like that boy Nick Cannon. Okay, and then we're going to discuss what is a tether. Now, I just posted a whole 2-hour live of Uncle Luke crashing out on Twitter Spaces. Girl, it's triggering. It's funny. And I don't know this to be a fact, but Uncle Luke sound like he was drunk as a skunk. Now, I don't know this to be a fact. I'm just telling you what he sounded like, girl, slurring the words, cursing people out, the whole live on here. Y'all go, if y'all want to check it out later after this live, y'all can go check it out, girl. Whew. Listen, that live got on my nerves. You don't understand. I had to listen. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. When I was screen recording it, I had to just like put my earbuds on and put my earbuds down because I was so triggered. You don't look, girl, crashing out is an understatement. Listen, I was so triggered. What Luke is doing is Luke is trying to muddy the water. First of all, Tyreek ain't never said nothing about Malcolm X and what's his name, and Louis Farrakhan not being able to speak for Black America. He never said that, but Luke was on here saying that so matter of factly, and he kept repeating it and repeating it. And for people who don't know, they're gonna go back and then he would look, and on top of that, he'll say, and he's trying to cause a divide, because if I'm a tether, then that means they a tether. That man, y'all know I have my qualms with Tariq Nasheed, but that man ain't never said that. That man ain't never said that. Let me say that again. That man ain't never said that, girl. That was so bad. But we gonna get into it because I got some clips I want to share with y'all. And we gonna talk about it. Girl, then he disrespected Rizza Islam, Po Rizza. Hey, LaShez. Girl, Rizza came up there. All Rizza said was, I see y'all going back and forth about the whole tether thing. Only thing I'm asking is that y'all leave Minister Louis, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, out of it. Girl, Uncle Luke cussed Rizza out. Do you hear me? Uncle Luke cussed Rizza Islam out. I said, not. Then he said, I know what that nigga coming up here to do. He think he's slick. He coming up here to take up for that nigga. I said, not Rizza. And then he said, because Tariq is his leader. And Rizza said, no, sir. My leader is the Honorable Louis Minister Farrakhan. And look at Luke say, you don't follow no damn Louis Farrakhan. I said, well, I be damned. That nigga got to be on that hen dog. Do you hear me? I said, Uncle Luke got to be on that heavy hen, not that regular hen. See, we drink the regular Hennessy. Uncle Luke gotta be on that heavy hen dog. Do you hear me? Girl, he cussed Uncle Luke out. And look, there's another part on here I want y'all to hear. They had this lady from the Bahamas, girl. I might clip her and talk about her tomorrow, girl. This lady got up here talking about Rashar, Shamar, and me blood clot. And you met God, and then the only difference is the boats. And I don't care that Kamala Harris is married to a white man because I have a white husband, and it bumble cloud Rashar don't do nothing. He don't say nothing. He's sitting right here. I said, the poor white man. Oh, Lord. The poor white man. She probably knocking him upside the head every day. Do you hear me? She probably done knocked that poor clear man head between the washer and dryer on every Mondays and Fridays. I say that poor man. I ain't never felt sorry for a clear man till that lady came on there. Girl, that was a time. Y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta listen. She sound like she from the Bahamas, though. Cause she sound like that girl Dia from Baddies, girl. She sound like she from the Bahamas. Let me say this. That part took you out, girl. Listen. And what's the word she used? It was one word she used, girl, that sent me to heaven and brought me back, girl. Girl, I can't. We gonna talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna clip it and we gonna have a discussion, girl. Listen. That lady went in. Okay. Oh yeah, and we gonna talk about how he did Miss Evette too. Shout out to Evette Carnell, because Evette Carnell, he would continue to cut her off. He kept saying, I'm not gonna cut nobody off. Every time she was making a valid point, he'll mute her and cut her off to say something opposite of what she's saying. And let me be clear, Tariq does that too. Whenever he get people up there, I ain't gonna lie, it'd be funny when the foreigners come up there and they be saying, Tariq, the FBA, you're jealous of the African. And then Tariq will mute him and be like, I ain't gonna lie, Tariq will mute him and be like, oh, shut up and go eat your bush meat. Go on, eat your bush meat. Come on, man. Y'all there, girl, be like, oh my God. Like, it's not, no, it is funny. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not about to sit up here and lie and say it ain't funny. It be funny. But it's a little guilty pleasure. We all got them, at the end of the day. But girl, we gonna get into it. We are going to get into it. Now, let me say this. Although I fall under the category, y'all like the video, we ain't got enough likes going on. Didn't he, Virgo? Broke all his own rules. Girl, there was a time. Y'all have to go see the whole thing, girl. It was a whole time. It's gonna make you want to fight. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna make you want to fight. But I feel like Well, it was deliberate. I'll just say that everything that Luke did was deliberate, and he was mad because Tyreek wasn't coming to the space, and he cussed Tyreek ass out. Do you hear me? Cussed him out. Cussed him out. Some dude, Sir Major, came in there talking about he wasn't him talking about he speaking on Tyreek's behalf. Cussed him out too. I said, "Oh my God, Uncle Luke, Uncle Luke." Okay. But we about to get into it, y'all. Like the video, like the video, like the video, like the video, like the video. Thank you, Chocolate Bunny, for the super chat. Good morning, dolls. Voodoo, you are the truth. Keep doing your thing, teaching and reaching. Oh, thank you, my love. Thank you so much, Chocolate Bunny. Thank you. You are so appreciated. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ladybug said he definitely broke his own rules early. Girl, Uncle Luke said, I'm going to come off my mic. I'm not cutting nobody off. I really want to hear about the Tether talk. Don't nobody cut nobody off. If you cut somebody off, I'm dropping you. Then he said, come on, Miss Evette Carnell. Miss Evette Carnell said, hey, I'm Miss Evette Carnell, and I'm African descendant of slave. You don't know what you're talking about, no African descendant of slave. I said, God damn, Luke. Damn, let us say her name, Luke. Oh, Luke. Girl, Luke was on it. I said, Luke, come on, man. What are you doing? Girl, Miss Carnell couldn't get a word in edgewise. Girl, do you hear me? Girl, I was listening like this man is crazy. He crazy, y'all. And again, I don't know this to be a fact, but it sound like he was on that heavy hand. He sound like he was on that heavy hand. We about to get into it, y'all, because after this, I want y'all to go watch the whole live. So when we talk about it tomorrow, y'all could be up on, you know what I'm saying? No, he ain't want to hear nothing, girl. He acted like he held the space like he wanted to hear something, but he ain't want to hear nothing. Then he said, I done got all my stuff together, got all this work together, and this nigga Tyreek, bitch ass nigga, didn't want to show up. Oh, he was mad. Yeah, I'm talking about the lady from ADOS, girl. As soon as she said, because I'm African descendant, that nigga said, what? I said, oh, Luke. Girl, it was a time. Let's start with Cam so we can get right to it, girl. Let's start with Cam so we can get right to it. Hold on, let me go get Cam video. So Cam Newton was talking to this light-skinned woman who's, I guess, a therapist or something. Hold on. So this light-skinned woman, beautiful girl, and she was clocking Cam Newton's teeth. This is Cam's problem. Cam just had another baby. This is baby number 8, baby mama number 3. Cam ain't married and read one of these women. The first girl had about the first 4, 5 of his churn. That girl was with him through hell and high water. He ain't married her. Then he got with another woman, had churn. Not his last girl, who was on here preaching prior to that she'll never be a baby mama, is literally a baby mama. And she on here talking about how she's so submissive and I love my man. Bitch, your man left you for dead. You know what I'm saying? I would do anything. I would wash his drawers by hand. I would not only wash his drawers by hand, I would sniff them. Listen, see, you have to be in tune with your man. This is what the girl was saying. You have to, this Cam Newton last baby mama. You have to be in tune with your man. You have to know what he wants before he wants it. So this is what you have to do. You have to take his underwear and place them delicately in the washing machine. Add fabric softener and sniff them so that you can see if they will be to his liking. That's how you take care of a man. Now, this is the last baby mama. Okay? That's how you take care of a man. You sniff his underwear because he wants a certain smell under his pants. Okay? So once you sniff the underwear, if they are not to his liking, then you then proceed to wash them in a wash pan. Okay. That's what I do for my man because I'm submissive, feminine, fit, and friendly and submissive, you know. Now she ain't said that. Y'all know I be putting 20 on 10. But that's the way it sounded to me. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say that per se. you know. But y'all know I be putting 20 on 10. Y'all know how I go. Y'all been over here long enough to know I be adding, you know, put my little razzle dazzle on top of things. Y'all know how I go. Girl, y'all know that lady ain't said it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all when she really said it, but I was just playing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, when she was talking, that's what it sounded like she was saying it to me. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say that's what I heard, you know. Anyways, let's get into the girl, the interview girl. Now listen, the lady Cam is gonna try to get on here and say that, you know, even though he got 8 children and 3 baby mamas, he have a lower chance of getting married than he does but he still want to have more kids. He said he more scared of getting married than having more children. And you know, a lot of people think because you got money, that's good enough, but that don't go like that. Watch this lady clock this Negro. Look.
A lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high function.
What situation?
Okay, so I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
By how many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
by
to
your
bring
wife?
them. I just want God to bring them.
Oh, okay.
My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy.
B Nikki, when I tell you you own one, B Nikki, this the realest thing I seen in this chat. B Nikki said both parents are at fault for sure, because he is very open on he ain't trying to have a wife at all. Girl, you better clock it. You clocked it, B Nikki. B Nikki, you clocked it. You clocked it. And you know, I was gonna go into saying this situation that we have in our family dynamics nowadays with us raising kids and having kids, it's both fault. It's both sides of the fault. Not all the time, but I think as a collective, it's both. There's fault on both sides. But before we get into that, listen, let's get into this. So Cam wants to choose to procreate and have more babies, but Cam don't want to be in the home with these babies. And let me say this, you do not have to, it's preferred to be in the home. And any daddy don't need to be in the home neither. You have to be actually a good father. So let me say that too. It don't matter just because you the daddy, because you could be a horrible dad. You know what I'm saying? But it's being active in the children's life. And these are the facts. With 8 children, Cam Newton will never be able to fully be invested or into those children's life at all in every aspect that they need. It's too many kids. Same with Nick Cannon. It's too many kids. He cannot be there 100% for all of those kids. Hell, in the household, 8 kids. He won't be able to be there for all of those kids, but at least there's a presence. You know what I mean? Now, if the father is a good role model and a good father, the presence sometimes help as well. But he's not even in the household with the majority of his kids. From what I'm understanding, ain't he just with the last girl who just had the last baby? Like, so you got 7 other kids out. And I don't care if you get them over the weekend. I don't care if you get them over the weekend, because now, like the lady said, you're nurturing one home after you created a home here, and then neglecting the houses you created over there because they're not homes. They're not. And again, I come from a privileged place because I come from a 2-parent household. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us didn't have that experience. But let me say this. It hit different when you a child and you growing up in a household and you have a mother and a father, and the father's authority overrides the mother's. Does that make sense? I see a lot of women today, and I guess I call me old school, but I see a lot of women who feel like fathers shouldn't have say so over the kids. And I think it should be something, because I'm still a new school person, but I think it should be something that should be agreed upon with both parents. I'm sorry. But from a child's perspective, not the adults, from a child's perspective, it hit way different when you grow up in a 2-parent household and the father has more authority than the mother. Not saying the mother don't have the authority, but the father is the deciding factor. Does that make sense? Because this is what we knew. It's one thing to get in trouble by our mama. And don't get me wrong, my mama was a professional ass whipper. Do you hear me? When my mama got to go to whipping our ass, girl, you be crying looking at the next person getting their ass whipped. She did not play. But my father's the healthy respect. I don't want to say fear because it wasn't fear, but the healthy respect that came from my father feared me even disrespecting him, because even though he didn't beat us like my mama did, like he didn't give us whipping like my mama did, but just the thought, you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying it hits different. Okay, it hits different. It hits different. Don't get me wrong, I never wanted to get my ass whipped by neither one of them. But boy, when my daddy come around that corner, like what the, girl, it hit different. I'm just telling you. So Cam cannot be an authoritative figure in those homes, in those houses, because he's not there. He's only there with the last baby, and quiet as it's kept, he'll be on to the next house with the next baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's creating broken homes. I don't care how much money he has. A lot of people were saying, well, Nick Cannon can have as many babies as he wants. He has all the money. If Nick Cannon was with one woman under one roof, or I'll give you one even better. If Nick Cannon was doing some sister wives type teas, and Nick Cannon had all them heifers under one roof, have this big old compound and all them heifers are not in the same compound, different homes. No. If Nick Cannon had all them women under one roof, and they lived and cohabitated as a family, that would be different. The only people then would suffer, to be completely honest, for the most part, would be the women, not the children. But Nick is not there, and Cam is not there. So when Cam is on here talking about he having 8 kids and he wanted more, but he ain't talking about settling down and marrying no woman, I'm with B. Nikki. It's not just Cam's fault, it's both fault. Because he telling you straight up off the cuff, girl, I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing it all of that. And that's another thing. That's why most men dislike Russell Wilson. He's doing it the correct way. He's doing it he's the textbook. Do you hear me? Russell Wilson is the damn blueprint for what these men and women should be doing. Okay? Listen. You just have to have a different type of upbringing. You know what I'm saying? I thought that it was so commendable and stand up for Russell Wilson, not only to step into the role as father for Lil Future. That man, listen, Lil Future gonna think Russell is more his father than his actual father, or maybe he's gonna think they're both. But this is the thing: it's not about the lack thereof of Future. It is the addition of Russell. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson literally is the blueprint of how men should be. Now, some men don't want to date women with kids. I ain't mad at it. Hell, I don't want to date no man with churn. I'm only dating, if you got churn, they got to be 17, 18 on their way out the door. I'm not raising nobody babies. I'm not doing no babies. I did that already. But I'm not mad at some men saying I don't want to be a stepfather. That ain't my gripe. But my gripe is most of the men who say that come from homes with stepfathers. That be the gag. And then they want to shame people like Russell Wilson and then uplift people like Cam Newton and Nick Cannon. And when it comes to this type of situation, that lady clocked him. You're not taking it slow. No. You're not taking, you're being selective on what you go slow on. You're going super slow on marriage, but you pressing the gas on having all these children, creating broken homes. A broken home is a home, whether you like it or not. A broken home is a home that does not function in the way in two-parent households function. Period. Even if the father is active and is there, it's still a broken home, but it does help and it does alleviate a lot of the brokenness when the father is hands-on and active. Like, I know people who got divorced or had children, and I know men who have moved to the same city just to be in reach of the women. Y'all remember when Kanye bought the house next door to Kim? And niggas was like, niggas, I ain't care about what the clear people said. Oh, he a stalker. Oh, he a stalker. The man wanted to be close to his kids. Y'all acting like it's like the houses we live in. Like you walk out your front door and you see your daddy pulling out the gate. That don't go like that. He moved there to be closer to his kids because he want to be easily accessible to his children at all time. I didn't see nothing wrong with that. But again, I come from a different place. I come from a different place. Okay? I didn't see anything wrong with that. With him wanting to be as close to his kids. Cause think about it. Kim was having them churn doing all type of stuff. North was on TikTok at 2, and he didn't want the girl on TikTok. He was like, I can't be this far away from my kids. And I again, coming from a person who had a father who was there, I understand why he would say something like that. And I'm not even a man. But nevertheless, when it comes to this Cam thing, it doesn't matter how much money you have. That doesn't replace a child needing both parents, a mother and a father, boys and girls. Let me say that again. When it comes to the needs of a child has to have both parents. I don't care if they live in a house together, but they have to have both parents. But when you create these broken homes and think throwing money at it is gonna fix it because the mama don't have to worry about paying her bills, or she don't have to worry about what school they're gonna go to, that's only one aspect of parenting. It's almost like growing up in a household where your mama gave you everything you want, but she was never there. Does that make sense? Anybody ever grew up or know somebody who give their child every single thing they want? Brand new shoes, brand new clothes, big old birthday parties, all of this. But the mama is hardly there because she getting the money to get all the things. You know what I'm saying? So Cam trying to celebrate his degeneracy on his time, and I want to have more kids. and I want to have more kids. And you just ruining them kids. You literally ruining them kids because you putting what you want first over what's best for these children. Once you have kids, you got to put what's best for the kid first, not what you want. Not what you want. But Cam is over there procreating, and the women are to blame as well because they busted it open and laying it wide so that Cam could skeet off in them and they can have them churn. And really, to be completely honest, the mothers, they are selfish too. They are not thinking about the kids. They're not thinking about the kids. They're thinking about, this is Cam Newton. He got money. Girl, let's talk about it. Them women, not the first one. The first one is, I'll give the first one a pass. I think the first one was really somebody who really loved Cam and wanted to be with Cam. I'm talking about the two after that. All they seen was, this is Cam Newton. He got money. He famous. He a football player. I ain't gonna have to worry about how my children gonna eat. Da 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 da. But you're not understanding that what you're doing affects the child. And you're making a selfish decision. Both parties are making selfish decisions because you're not going to convince me that Cam is on podcast telling everybody in the world that he never want to get married, and he ain't tell that to them helpers before they lay down. If he on a podcast telling the world he ain't trying to get married, I guarantee you the first day he telling them women straight up, look, I don't know how this gonna go, but I ain't trying to get married. And this is another thing too I wanted to add. Y'all remember what I was about to say? Shoot. This is another thing I wanted to add. I forgot my thought. Damn, I wanted to say something else. But anyways, yeah, I just think that is messed up. That Cam is on here. No, that's where I was going. Listen, so if he's telling them up front, hey girl, I don't know how this is gonna go. Maybe we'll get together, whatever, but I don't want marriage. And no, that's where I was going. So there's a lot of women who are literally on here talking about, well, you don't have to have a husband to have no babies, and you don't. Physically, you don't. They got women going to these sperm banks and all of this stuff to have these babies. And again, only thinking about you. You're not thinking about the fact that a child needs construction from a male figure, a father, even if you have your daddy. I know some women, even, let's take my thing, for example. My father was the father figure to my child. Because once me and that nigga got divorced, he went to running the streets, Honduras and back and all of that shit. So my father was the father figure for my daughter. But no matter how much of a father figure he was to my daughter, it will never replace the fact that her actual father was not there. So with that being said, I'm not saying women shouldn't go to fertility clinics and do your thing, Fat. I'm just saying, when you think about the child, even successful children who grow up in single parent households still have a void to fill. Okay? So I just think it's not fair. I just think it's extremely unfair to the children that knowingly, it's one thing you go into a relationship, you think it's going to last, then you slip up and you get pregnant, and then, or maybe y'all get married and then the marriage don't work out and the divorce. That's one thing. You can't plan for that. But I don't like this fact that you're planning to mess your kids up. And a lot of people are thinking, oh, if you got money, you good though. No, baby. No. Why you think them clear people? Why you think their kids be trying to unalive them like 90 going west? And they grew up with everything in it. And broke people be like, I don't understand. He had everything, but his pa wasn't never there, girl. His pa wasn't never there. He don't have no relationship with that clear man. That's why when the pa say something to make him mad or take that video game and them on, she probably was home, but she probably was drinking cocktails all day. Probably sedated on damn hooked on some type of drugs or something all day. And that child was there, but nobody was literally there for the child. That's why the children don't give a damn. Soon as mama say something, he go get the blicky and pop both of them upside the head. Because there's no connection there. The daddy ain't home and the mama home, but the lights are on, but ain't nobody home. You feel what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, y'all. I got another clip I want to show y'all. Thank you, Esther, for the super chat. We need to stop normalizing functioning with dysfunction. Absolutely. We think that's cool. And we wonder why this generation is a bunch of children of the corn. You feel what I'm saying? We around here doing it our way and wondering why this generation is the children of the corn. Girl, you can't make this up. Thank you, Miss Parker, for the super chat. Please hit the like button. Yes, y'all, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please stop right quick. Hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button, you guys, if you haven't already. Empress Evelyn, thank you for the super chat. She says, you touching on some subconscious level. Let's talk about it. Listen, I'm a woman, so I know how it goes. We make decisions based on what we want. For instance, nigga tell you he don't want the baby. You get pregnant by a nigga and he straight up tell you straight up the gate, I don't want the child. Women say, well, I want the child. Cool. Now you have the child, and when he's not active, you get mad at the man who's not active, even though he should be. I'm not taking the onus off of him. He definitely should be active. He definitely there should be a law that if you're inactive in your child's life, then you go to jail. I swear. But what I'm saying is, how you getting mad and upset when the nigga told you, I don't want the child? I keep telling y'all, when these men tell y'all how they feel, believe them the first time. Don't try to figure it out and maybe he gonna come around. No, he not. No, he not. And listen, when he finally come around, it ain't gonna be with you, it's gonna be with a new bitch, and you gonna be mad. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Women, I'm guilty of it too. We done waited on this nigga to figure his life out. We done spent all these years, had these kids with this nigga, all of this stuff. Oh, yeah, he gonna come around. He gonna come around. No, he not. And then when he finally come around, get on his feet and get where he need to be, it's with a new bitch. Girl, don't it make you want to windmill on a nigga every time you see him? Nigga, you done wasted 10, 15 years of my life. These kids around here, you know, effed up. And you want to go be you want to play Mr. Family Man. How a girl said on What's Love Got to Do With It? When, what's her name? Drop them churn off to Tina and Ike. Oh, you want to play Mr. Family Man. Drop them churn off as she should. As she should. As she should. But that's how it goes. But my thing is, if he tell you straight off the cuff, girl, I don't want no kids. Girl, I ain't trying to do nothing long term. Lorraine. Yeah, that's who it was, Lorraine. Girl, Lorraine, oh, you want to play Mr. Family Man. Drop them up. Poor little Ike. Poor little Ike, he was crying. He wanted to go with his mama. He just didn't know. The mama said, let that nigga raise you. You feel me? But no, I'm just saying, when a man tell you what it is, you got to know it from the beginning. And I'm saying that to say, I'm pretty sure if he's on podcast telling the entire world he doesn't want to get married, there's a small likelihood of him getting married, then that tells you that he's telling that to these women as well, and they don't care. Uno Dog said, what I'm going to do with 2 more kids? That's what he said. That's what he said. What I'm gonna do with 2 more kids? What am I do with 2 more kids? Poor Ike. Ike ain't raised the ones he had with Tina, girl, please. So let's get into this. Now we're gonna get into this clip. I think this is the one where he's talking to her about her not being married or something like that and being this age. Look.
No baby mother of mine could ever say that she's a single mother, because single mother insinuates that she has no help. So for me and my situation, life be lifing. That's a common.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
And my situation is a product of life happening. So,
and none of us are exempt from it.
Of course.
Right.
So we have preferences.
100%.
We have things that we could say, okay, I would love to do this.
Right.
I'm raised in a church, so my father would always direct us to say, hey, be this, be that, be that, be this.
Right.
But I can also tell my father this, your reality is not my reality.
100%.
You walking into 7-Eleven is different than your son walking into 7-Eleven.
Sorry.
Makes sense to you. So I can agree with you, and we can agree to disagree, that I'm not creating broken homes. I'm doing the best with the situation that I was given and am given. So, hands-on father, absolutely. I don't subscribe to just bringing fatherless children or motherless children into this world. I have an unbelievable relationship with the mothers of my children. And it's healthy co-parenting that we show the children real love, real communication, real orders of operations. And I think that's key because even though we have this unspoken societal pressure to do this and be this, but that's just not, that's a unicorn that you're waiting for. Because if I'm sitting up here telling you like, yo, I have aspirations to have this, but my experiences have shown me that that person really doesn't exist. So when I'm asking or I'm asked questions of, is the expectations unrealistic? Because my reality has garnered unbelievable connections with women around the world. Not in Africa, I haven't been in Africa, right? But at the same time, I've been able to make the best of my situation. And I can't say that that situation ever resulted into a broken home.
My bad. I misrepresented that clip. That wasn't the one where he was talking to her about her being single. He's doubling down on not creating broken homes. First of all, Cam sat on here and said, let's start at the beginning. Cam grew up in a church, two-parent household. He had a mother and a father. It sounds to me like the fathers tried to talk to him about, Cam, what you doing, bro? You got all these kids, you're not with these baby mamas, and da, da, da. If he's a man of the cloth, allegedly, then I'm pretty sure that's the conversations he's had with Cam. Now, Cam is trying to say, well, I'm different from you. And you know he is, because Cam is a celebrity, but being a celebrity does not have any bearing on you being a responsible parent. It doesn't. It doesn't. Being a celebrity has nothing to do with Cam being a father and responsible with his sperm. Okay, let's start there. Secondly, Cam says, I'm dealing with what I'm dealt with. No, you made the situations that you're in deliberately. You is saying I'm dealing with the situation I'm dealt with. That's like saying I had no control over where I'm at, and here I am, so I'm just gonna move and go with the move. No, sir. You literally, deliberately made the situation that you're in. And then you're gonna tell me I'm active, I'm an active father, I don't believe in fatherless kids. Well, when you're not home for days, maybe weeks at a time, what do you think that make your kids? Oh, you think because they could call you on the phone, that means that, you know, you're actually still doing your job as a father? That don't go like that. Cam really think he's smart. And you know, if Cam wasn't rich and famous, and I don't know if he's rich, but if Cam didn't have money and he wasn't famous, Cam, I was about to say he wouldn't be able to run that game on women, but I forgot. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. I know broke niggas just like him. My bad. Let me retract that statement. Let me take that back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, FaceTime fathers. FaceTime fathers. It's ridiculous. It's silly. And the only people who suffer are the children. It's sad. It's super duper sad. And I feel bad for them kids, because he really thinking that he and Nick Cannon too, they really around there thinking that they eating. You know what I'm saying? Like, yup, I did my big one. No, them churn messed up. Them churn messed up. Now let me show you something. Hold on. Let's get into Uncle Luke, girl. Hold on. Girl, we got to get into Uncle Luke, girl. Oh my God. Jesus be offense. Girl, wait. Uncle Luke, girl, did a Twitter space. He sounded under the influence, y'all. I don't know if he was. Please don't say that I said he was under the influence. But the way he was talking, the way he was slurring his voice, he sounded like he was under some sort of influence. I'll say that. You know what I mean? And he opened this Twitter space originally, from what it sounds like, he wanted Tariq Nasheed to come to the Twitter space. That's what he wanted. Okay. Oh, let me say this one more thing before we get into Luke. One more thing before we get into Luke. This that's what I wanted to say. I'm glad you said that. Listen. Cam Newton is the walking proof. Because see, a lot of people, I've heard this thing too. I remember being on a panel and people were saying, all you have to do is be in a 2-parent home. All you have to do is be in a 2-parent home. That's the most false thing you could ever think. Because somebody like Cam Newton is perfect walking proof that being in a 2-parent household is not all it's needed in order for you to create successful children. Does that make sense? And when I say successful, I don't mean money. Money don't make you successful. I'm talking about well-rounded individuals, children. Just only having a 2-parent household does not mean that. Okay, so I just wanted to add that. Thank you for Fifi for saying that, because them church kids be the worst. You know what I'm saying? They really do be the worst. Nah, where was I? Girl, Uncle Luke. Girl, let's get it, because we got a few clips to discuss. We gonna start with Uncle Luke crashing out. Let me see. I think that's the one I got. Hold on. I think it's this one. Girl, watch Uncle Luke. I'ma just have to damn it. Why? Let's get into this first clip. Uncle Luke crashed out. He sounded like he was under the influence. I don't know if he was, but I'm just telling you the way he sounded. And Uncle Luke goes on this Twitter Spaces because he wants Tariq Nasheed to come on the panel. Tariq Nasheed refuses to come. Another guy comes in, says that he's representing Tariq, and he spoke to Tariq. Tariq not coming. Uncle Luke called him everything but the child of God. He a bitch ass, hoe ass nigga. He could have came up here and said what he had to say. If you guys haven't been following this Tariq Nasheed thing, Tariq Nasheed has been doing FBA and telling people, not telling people, but saying that him and his people are saying they voting for the couch because they're not getting tangibles from any of these candidates, right? Now, Uncle Luke has become a recent Democrat, and he's pro scammer. That's all he talks about. And he comes across Tariq, even though they've had conversations 2 years ago about Tariq's stance on reparations and all these things. So he's not new to this. Uncle Luke feels some type of way because Tariq has the fan base that he has, and they really on some, if we ain't getting no tangibles, you not getting no vote. That's really, I'm not mad at that. That's what we all should be saying. That is what we all should be saying. But if you're gonna vote. Okay, fine. Listen, Uncle Luke don't like the fact that Tariq is having an impact. You know, remember we were talking about celebrities against grassroots yesterday? He has an issue that Tariq don't want to what you call him? Girl, I'm losing my thought. I'm sorry. Yeah, he has an issue that Tariq is telling people to vote for the couch. Not necessarily telling them, but he like, yo, if they're not giving us nothing, we vote for the couch. Now, I want to show you something. Let's get into this tether definition, because I didn't know what the definition of tether was. Hold on. Let me go see if I still got it. Hold on. Got him. So yeah, Uncle Luke is over there crashing out because I guess Tariq called him a tether. Let's get into the definition of the tether before we get into the video clips. So according to this, again, I didn't make up this word, this Tariq's word. It says a term used by members of the American Negro ethnic group referred to later on in history as colored, African American, Black, FBA / ADOS. So that's very defined, right? It's for Black Americans that are native to this land. I say indigenous, but let's go with native. To describe African and or Caribbean immigrants who moved to America for economic opportunity. Listen, this is the most important part, because see, what Luke is trying to say is he's saying everybody that's foreign is a tether. That's not what he's saying. Listen. It says that moved to America for economic opportunity using the benefits of the American Negro civil rights struggle while simultaneously disparaging the history, legacy, and lineage of the Negro American. See, Uncle Luke is presenting this as if Tariq has an issue with all foreigners. He doesn't. Uncle Luke is posing this thing as if now FBA hate all foreigners. That's not true. We have a lot of people that's not native to North America, the United States of America. Let's be clear, because since we're gonna get into how these words really mean, because they almost got Evette Carnell. Listen, what according to this, what the definition says is, hey, we don't have a problem with foreigners. It's the ones who come over here, take our or benefit off of us, and then basically disparage us. It disparages us. Yes, this would exclude Malcolm X, because Malcolm X has one FBA ADOS parent. His father is a foundational Black American native to this land. Now, his mother is from one of the islands. Shout out to his mother. They were both Garveyites. They believed in the Back to Africa movement. That's why when you listen to Malcolm X, when you typically listen to Malcolm X, he always talked about how we need to separate, because they grew up under Garveyism, Back to Africa. But this would exclude Malcolm X. But what Uncle Luke is doing is saying, well, if you're saying that I'm a tether, then you're saying anybody with any type of lineage is a tether. And that's not true. As a matter of fact, Tariq literally cleared that up. Hold on, I'm about to show you. But before I show you this, I need you guys to see that this is what he's saying. It's people who disparage the American Negro, even though they're using the benefits of the American Negro and trying to identify and cosplay. That is, according to this, what the definition of a tether is. Now, hold on. I want to show you guys where Tariq literally clarified. I never said the minister was a tether. I never said Malcolm X was a tether, because what Luke is doing as he holds this space is making it seem like that's what Tariq was doing and FBA is doing. And he's now calling it you people, these people, things of that nature. Hold on. I got to go get the tweet. Hold on. Because I still have it because I did a video on it. Let me go get it. I want to say one of these are it. I want to say one of these are it because I need you guys to see this. Hold on. So Luke says your job is to separate the Black community powered by Steve Bannon. My question to you, do you have a problem with Malcolm X? Do you have a problem with Minister Louis Farrakhan? Now he's bringing these people up. Do you have a problem with Marcus Garvey? According to what you're preaching to your people, they should be delineating these Black men who put their life on the line for Black people. Tell me, would you call any of those guys a tether? I'm going to wait to hear this one. Now, remember, Luke is the one adding these people to the mix. Tariq never called them people a tether. I want to say this the one where he responded. Hold on. No, that ain't it. Damn it. Hold on. I'm going to try for one more. Hold on, because I need y'all to see this. Get Luke back up here. Hold on. There you go. I got it. Because see, Luke think he's slick. He trying to make it seem like FBA is a hate group. Listen. Look at Tariq says, Luke, all Caribbeans and Africans are not tethers. Look, I need y'all to pay attention. Look at what he says in the middle here. He says, Luke, all Caribbeans and Africans are not tethers. Just because bootlicking ones who act like flunkies for political parties be trying to trick foundational Black Americans into voting for them for nothing in return. So he literally said in the first sentence, Luke, all Africans and Caribbeans are not tethers. It's the ones who are taking advantage. You know what I'm saying? And then turning around and disparage the Black community. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, I need y'all to see this. I put this in my video. It's up here for y'all to see, because what Luke is pushing on this narrative is that Tariq is running, and not just Tariq and FBA. And rather you subscribe to the term, it is an identity for a group of people, which is this group of people. Because let me say this before we get into it. There was this group of people who fought on this soil for all of the rights that everybody that's living today has, clear and Black. I don't care where you come from. And the problem is, what Black Americans or FBA is saying is, you guys were not present for this. You guys were not here for this. Hold on, because we can go back further than before civil rights. We can go back before civil rights. Hold on. We can go back before civil rights, because again, it would be messed up for us to go somewhere else and take their lineage. These people, and this is no shade, shout out to my sisters and my cousins and them down in the Americas, but you were not here for this. You were not here for this. This was our ancestors. And there's nothing wrong, because a lot of people came and I'm not saying nobody was here from outside of America as far as Black people. There was sprinkles of people, but at the end of the day, the government did not want a whole heap of Black people coming from other places. It took these things to happen. You see what I'm saying? For them to come, and not only that, for us to have the so-called civil rights that we have now. But this was for 99.9% our ancestors that went through this. Let me show you another one. Look, Uncle Luke and his family and the other people that come from somewhere else were not here for this. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love the fact that some girl came up on the panel and said, listen, I think it was Evette Carnell. When Evette Carnell said, I'm a Black person and so is a person from Haiti. But a person from Haiti has a specific history in Haiti that's different from one that I had in America. So if I move to Haiti, how am I going to tell them Haitians about what they should and shouldn't do? That is not my place. They have their own rights and their own people, because they went through specific things, such as when the French Revolution, when they beat them clear people up and got them up out of there. Can't no American go to Haiti and tell nobody in Haiti, oh, well, y'all don't need to be worried about getting no restoration from them French people. Y'all don't need to worry about. We will be messed up. We will be wrong. Any Black American would be 1,000% wrong to go to Haiti and tell them people how they should vote and what they should vote for, and you should let me speak to you because we both share skin color. That don't go like that. That don't go like that. What Black Americans or foundational Black Americans or African descendants of slaves are saying is, we welcome you. We want you. Hell, we fought for you to be able to come here. And we have a lot of allies in the Americas. I don't know about the Africans. I know about the Americas. We have a lot of allies in the Americas, and we are grateful for the allies. Because listen, if it were not for Malcolm X's mother being his mother, and if it were not for Malcolm X's father being his father, we would not have Malcolm X. You could not put another person in Malcolm X's mother place and we get Malcolm X. You could not put another person in Malcolm X's father's place and we get Malcolm X. That had to happen the exact way it happened for us to get the person that we call Malcolm X, the elder, the ancestor, the guiding light that we didn't even know we needed. Okay. So with that being said, for Uncle Luke to continuously put Malcolm X into that, even though he has one FBA parent, that's wrong and it's misleading. And now you've switched from asking to literally saying that's what Tariq said. Now let's go to Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan, I didn't know he was from the islands until I was grown. Because he's always been into Black American issues. He didn't go back to the islands and fought on that soil. He stayed here. So Minister Louis Farrakhan garners a different sort of respect from Black Americans here because he has taken his time to fight for the rights of Black Americans or Black people here. He has taken his time to fight for the Black people here. He's spoken on behalf of the Black people here, and he would have a right to do that because he has laid himself on the line to do that. What Minister Louis Farrakhan would be is what we would call an ally. See? He's not an African descendant of slave. He's not a foundational Black America, but he is an ally to Black America. We need the Minister Louis Farrakhan's in our reach. We need the people who are allies. Because listen, let me say this. Whenever it goes right for Black Americans, you got to know this. It's going to trickle down and go right for everybody else. Whatever rights we fighting for, whether it's land, whether it's cash, it don't matter what voting, it don't matter. Whatever goes right for us goes right for everybody else. So with that being said, what we're saying is we love our allies. And no, Minister Farrakhan would not fall into the category of a tether, according to the definition. He would be an ally. Shirley Chisholm, an ally. There are certain people who are allies to the cause who help. But the fact of the matter is, this was our mama, our mamas, our grandmamas, our great grandmamas, all over here getting towed up by dogs, getting beat down to the ground, all for the civil rights of everybody but us. And I think it is extremely disingenuous for anybody to get on here and say that as Black Americans, we're creating separatism because we are trying to figure out our stuff here at home. This is us. Listen. It was our grandfathers and great grandfathers fought in these wars. Look at this man right here. And this is no shade to nobody outside of FBA / ADOS. What we're saying is our fathers fought in these wars, died in these wars, didn't get compensated for fighting in the Civil War. All these wars went through Reconstruction. It was our people. And we will be wrong if we go to any other part of the Americas and even Africa and say, hey, you don't need to be voting for this, or you stupid. Why are you voting like this? Cursing them people out, telling them people what's best for them, even though we all Black and we share the same space. Because guess what? Experiences matter. History matter, and lineage matter. That's how we identify who we are. When the Jamaicans fly their flag proud, we know there's an identity marker. That's who you are. When the Bahamians, when the Trinidadians, when Nikki be talking that Trini stuff, Trini this, Trini that, we know, we can see, okay, this is a different group of people. I'm telling you from the FBA ADOS standpoint. When Nikki be on there talking that Trini stuff, or when we see Ice Spice on Love and Hip Hop talking about Bumba Club, Jamaica, there's an identity marker there. And it doesn't make us feel like y'all are separating from us. It just lets us know, yes, you are Black, and yes, you are allies, but you're different. And that's okay. That's okay. But to then flip around after y'all fly y'all flags, do all y'all things, and then have a problem because foundational Black Americans or what do you call it, African descendants of slaves are deciding that, okay, everybody been having identities for all this time. Why don't we come together and have our own identity? That is so disingenuous, and that tells me that anybody who gaslighted a foundational Black American or African descendant of slaves, or anybody whose ancestry went through the photo right here, or 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 the photo right here, that tells me you are not an ally. You are actually an op. Because again, if we all went in droves to all y'all little small countries and start telling y'all what to do, how to vote, and tell y'all you can't tell me, I can't tell you nothing about your people, I'm black too, then y'all would not like it. And it's not to the people who understand me. It's to the ones who don't understand where this so-called delineating comes from. Okay? We watched for years and skulls and blows all these other people. And if you're from New York, you know more than anybody. Or if you're from Florida, if you're from Miami, all them places in Florida, New York, y'all know this more than any. California, New York, and Florida. Y'all know this more than anybody in America. Them people come over here in droves. Do you hear me? So much so, isn't there a place in Miami called Lil Haiti? Isn't that predominantly Haitian children? We've watched all these people celebrate and be proud of who they are. Now that we're trying to celebrate and be proud of who we are and even get our reparations, now it's a problem. That tells me you're disingenuous. And anybody from New York, like I said, I'm from New Orleans. All we had was Vietnamese people. There was no way you could mix those up. You know what I'm saying? But anybody from Cali, New York, Florida, y'all know more than anybody. Y'all had to watch these people fly their flag. I'm Trini, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. Da, 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 da. And we just sat there was like, that's cute. That's nice. Now it's our turn and it's a problem. That's disingenuous. Now, let's get into the first clip. Girl. These clips, and again, the whole live is on the channel. So when we get off of here, please go check it out. But let's get into the first clip of the gaslighting of Uncle Luke, because Tyreek called him a tether. Listen, when Tyreek called that nigga a tether, I'm sorry. I don't know. It must have evoked something in Luke's spirit. I don't know what happened, but Luke ain't been right ever since. Y'all check this out.
Okay, where's Minister Farrakhan from? Where's his parents from? Because according to their definition of their derogatory statement, and they call you if your parents is from these islands. Wait, hold on, let me pull it up here. Where is Minister Farrakhan? Where the fuck is it? I got all my ammunition. He ain't want to go. Hey, where's it at here? Where's it at? Minister Lewis, where's the family from? Come on, Luke. You got all this shit up in here. I had all my shit here waiting for this nigga. He could have came up in here. Minister Farrakhan family is from the islands.
Yeah, I think his mom is from St. Kitts and his dad is from Jamaica.
That's right. They're from the islands.
So as you can see, he's still going with the narrative that Tyreek feels like Minister Farrakhan is a tether because his parents are from the islands. That is a false statement. I want to address this. African Goddess says FBA ADOS is creating separatism. African Americans have a lot of self-hate. Jamaicans and Trinidadians are descendants of Africans too, just like African Americans. Okay, let's go with the fact that you think that we from Africa. So let's just say I think that too. Because African Goddess, I don't believe we come from Africa. But for the context of this conversation, let's go with we're all from Africa, right? The boat just stopped, boop, 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 and then, boop, 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 boop. Let's go with that. African Goddess, you know, and I know that a Trinidadian does not have the same culture as a Jamaican. They have similar things that they have in common, but the cultures are completely different. You know that an African has way 1,000,000,000% different culture than anybody in the Americas. We don't do nothing them people do. Them people don't do nothing we do. Let's go with this. You know for a fact that a Black American, a FBA or ADOS, has literally very little to no similar culture as anybody in the Caribbean islands. So if we are different in culture, right? And this is just going off the premise of African Goddess saying we all from Africa. If we are different in culture, we had different histories and different experiences. And if we had different experiences and different histories, why is it a problem for us to say, hey, we did this different than the way y'all did it? You see what I'm saying? So Why is it a problem for the Haitians to claim the French Revolution and us to claim the Civil War? It's not a problem, and it's not promoting separatism, because guess what? These other people fly their flags high, and we don't have no problem with it. Why is it that when we do it, it's a problem? And again, I'm just going off the comment. I don't believe we from Africa. So if you're African, that's fine. I don't believe, I can say I know for a fact I'm not from Africa. I did my genealogy. But what I'm saying is, it's not self-hate or separatism, because we are saying we have a different experience. It's just not. And anybody who says that's in or out of the diaspora, in or out of Black America, because there's a lot of people, and I find that and I'm not talking to you, so let me take you down, African goddess. But I find that the demographic of people who are agreeing with this are of a certain age. And I'll leave it at that. I'll just say they ain't Gen X and they ain't millennials. But I find that the people who think that way are of a certain age, and they have been heavily indoctrinated in the education system as to who and what we are. We've all have been, but the difference is our generations have access to more information than you. So we're able to compare and contrast information and make sound decisions and make sound judgment off of what we have. But we don't hate ourselves because we say we different. That's crazy. So anybody who say they're different from somebody is self-hate. That's crazy. It's no different from, look, I could break it down to this. Look, I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I'm born and raised in New Orleans. Miss Parker is born and raised in Florida. The things that Miss Parker done growing up is different from the things that I did growing up. And we both Black Americans. Look, we celebrate Mardi Gras every year. Christmas is like an afterthought. Mardi Gras is the biggest thing to us in New Orleans. Mardi Gras is bigger than anything. I'm talking about birthdays, holidays. Mardi Gras is the biggest thing, right? So in Florida, they may have another culture, but let's just say Christmas is the biggest culture in Florida for Miss Parker. So you mean to tell me that if I say, girl, I'm different, the way I grew up is different from you, that's self-hate? Because I'm pointing out the fact that the culture that I grew up in New Orleans is completely different from the culture that Miss Parker grew up in Florida? That's not self-hate, baby. That's not that. That's not that. So when they use that, and it's a recycle talking point. Oh, we all the same from Africa. The boat just stopped here, there, and there. No. Who cares about the boat in Africa? You're trying to say that if I say that I'm different from you, then that's self-hate, and that is a lie. That is a bald-faced, intentional lie. And a lot of y'all don't even realize y'all being intentional by repeating it, because you're just repeating what you heard. Okay? So, just to add that. Now, let's get into the next part. So now he gets Evette Carnell on here. Shout out to Evette Carnell. And look at how he tried to. Now he's saying he gonna let Evette Carnell talk, but the lie detector test determined that was a lie, child. Let's get her up here.
Carnell?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's on me. Well, I wanted to answer your co-host question. Your co-host asked a good question. Asked a good question about how do you go from Pan-Africanist to FBA to calling people tethers or whatever. There's a history to that that a lot of people don't know. ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, came first. And if you go back into Tariq's timeline, you'll see him tweeting ADOS, ADOS, ADOS. And then he decided to adopt Claude Anderson's language of FBA so that he could have something that was his and that he owned and that he could make money off of. So that's where that comes from.
Make money off of it?
Yes, to make money off of. In terms of the usage of the word tether, we don't use that because we feel it's derogatory. We do, however, feel that Kamala Harris is not us and we are not her. Okay? Now,
But that's pretty. That's
Drew,
pretty common sense,
please,
though.
Drew, I don't
So
want to take you down, Drew. Let her talk. Please don't cut her off. Don't cut no guest off. Please. I'm trying to be patient. Go ahead, Miss Evette. I'm sorry.
no, but I have no problem with the questions. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood the origin story. It's all out there. It's still on the timeline. It's still in my shows. It's still the history is still, a lot of it is still on Tariq's timeline, how he transitioned from Pan-Africanist to ADOS to then FBA. So
All right. So what Evette Carnell is making clear and clarifying is, hey, uh, FBA and ADOS, although are of the same people, they're a bit different. FBA came after ADOS. ADOS was first American descendants of slavery. I remember hearing it years ago. I remember hearing it. And then come foundational Black Americans came after that. Tariq was in the ADOS movement. This is what Evette Carnell is saying. Not only that, Evette is saying, hey girl, we don't use the tether word. I think it's derogatory. We do not use the word. So now she's setting the stage, right? She's setting the stage so that when she says whatever she has moving forward is no ill intention. Because first of all, I'm not FBA, I'm ADOS. Yes, it is comprised of the same people, but the movements are different. Let me say that again. Although African descendants of slaves and FBA are comprised of the same people, the movements are different. So what Tariq preaches over FBA is not what she over there preaching over African descendants of slaves. Okay. So that's what she's making clear. She said, I don't use the tether word. Actually, Tariq making money off this FBA movement crap. You heard him? He said he making money. Yes, Tariq makes money off the FBA movement. And she's saying that I'm not him. He's not me. We're the same, but we have different ideologies when it comes to this this whole thing right here. Now, I want to get into this piece. This way, I think this is the one I'm about to play y'all where they about to try to trip her up. Now, Evette is going to get on there and she's going to talk about how that Minister Farrakhan, yes, he is an ally. Malcolm X has one FBA parent. So technically, under the guise of African descendants of slaves, he would fall under that. He would fall under FBA. He would fall under the native blacks of this land of the United States of America, right? So then a guy's going to try to challenge that. Because remember, there's a guy, I guess, or no, I don't know if this guy, but he's trying to say, so what you're trying to say is because America consists of the Americas, then technically I fall under Americas or African descendants of slaves or whatever it is, because you're saying it's all bound to America. But the thing is, the Americas consist of North America, South America, and the Caribbean. And it does. This is why I keep telling y'all words listen, words are so powerful and they are so important. Listen, words are so powerful and so important because when you write that down on a piece of paper and you look for qualifications to qualify who is and who ain't, if you say American descendants of slaves and there are the Americas, then yes, unfortunately, it opens the doors for everybody else to come in. We know what she means. We know what she means. But I'm telling you, words are very important when it comes to this identity, because what happens is people are able to wiggle their way in our stuff. It's no different from the word diversity. It's no different from the word people of color. You get it? They find ways to make loopholes to fit themselves in the story. Now let's get into this clip from Evette and what she had to say. Hold on one second. Let's get into it.
So if Kamala Harris is not black enough, then why is Malcolm and Minister Farrakhan black enough? Is they are they not black enough? Can Minister Farrakhan speak on behalf of black people?
Minister
If he
Farrakhan. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
go ahead.
Well, Minister Farrakhan can do whatever he likes. What we're saying is that we do not share a lineage. Now, you can come over here the same way we have. Listen, when Amadou Diallo, every black immigrant, Botham Jean has gotten killed or murdered by police, we tend to show up for y'all. We don't say, hey, we're not going to show up for that person because they're a black immigrant. But we do understand that Kamala cannot run on being black, because what being American black in this country means is that you come from American chattel slavery. So if you say she's the first black president, the way people usually understand that and hear that is that she is an American black person that comes out of that struggle in America. So what I'm saying is that she cannot run on that. What
So
Kamala
so
Harris
so
has
hold
to
on.
run on is politics.
So Minister Farrakhan cannot say he's black.
He can say he's black. He can't say he's ADOS. He can say he's black all day. But the
So
context,
Minister, no, so you would have had to Minister Farrakhan does say he's black. You do know that, and he
yes,
does say he fights for black people, right? You do know that, right? You do know that. You know
yes, I
that.
know
So
that.
if Minister Farrakhan ran for president of the United States, will you have the same smoke that you have for Kamala Harris as you have for Minister Farrakhan? Will you have the
Well,
same smoke?
well, hold on a
If
second.
he say I'm running as a black man for president, and I'm gonna be the second black president of the United States, so you would call him a tether, and you would have the
I
same
don't use.
smoke that you
I've
have.
already told you I don't use that term. I've already told
Okay,
you I
all
don't
right,
use
okay,
that.
you're right. I'm sorry, but you had the same smoke for him as you have for her.
Well, hold on one second. Let me answer that. But I'm gonna answer it in a nuanced way. I have criticized Farrakhan for different things. Here's what I will say though about NOI. NOI does have a history of helping people who have, especially men, ADOS men and black men who have been in trouble, who have been incarcerated. So I think that would be Farrakhan would have something more to run on if he ran than just saying I'm black. Kamala does not have that.
No,
What
no,
I
no,
need,
no, no. Don't dance around it.
no, but
Don't
he
dance.
can't say he
You
can't. No, he don't.
dancing.
But no, he doesn't get to run.
No, 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 Luke. Let her
Go
answer,
No,
ahead.
he
Luke.
Go
Let
doesn't.
her
ahead.
answer.
So there would be more for him to run on. Kamala Harris doesn't even have a platform right now. What I'm telling you is Kamala Harris cannot run on just being black because she is not black in the same way we are black. And neither is Farrakhan. His history is different. His lineage is different. His background is different. His people's contribution to America is different than American descendants of slavery. He is not the same. Now, we appreciate the contributions of anybody who comes to this country and adds to that, and we will judge you based on the contribution you have made individually. But you do
Thanks.
not get to come here and say you are the descendants of slaves and sharecroppers and Jim Crow and, and Reconstruction and try to own that.
All right. I didn't get to that part yet. But the next video gonna be where she talk where they almost trip her up. But look, listen to what he see how he throwing Farrakhan in there. He throwing Farrakhan in there. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to make a statement. He's being misinformed. He's being disingenuous on purpose to disparage the organization, to disparage the group of people so that we could all be one. Even though when it's time for him to fly the Bahamian flag, he gonna fly the Bahamian flag. Listen, what Evette is saying is, first of all, the contributions Minister Farrakhan has given to Black American people is it completely outweighs what Scamala has not done, because Scamala has not done anything for Black American people, for Black people, period. Not me, not the Caribbeans, not the Africans. Scamala has not done anything for Black people, period. So to pin them two together and say, well, why is it that Farrakhan could run for president, but Scamala can't? They have two different resumes. On top of that, his resume has been proven throughout the Black culture. Listen, there have been a lot of Black men and Black women, but I'm gonna go with Black men who have changed their lives for the better under the umbrella of the NOI. Now listen, I'm not into the Muslim thing. I eat pork. I keep telling y'all that. But what I will give that organization more than any other Christianity group is that that's the one that's been the most successful as it pertains to turning around my people. So for that, for the men, the Black men's lives that Minister Farrakhan has changed, his contributions don't even compare to you telling me something about this lady. You know what I mean? And I think that needs to be talked about. Then he goes on to say, so you saying that he can't run if he can't run as a Black man? No, he is a Black man. He can run as a Black man. But what she's saying is, as it pertains to identity, we are different, and that's okay. See, it's disingenuous for Uncle Luke to try to make us all the same when he know good and well we are not the same. He know good and well we are not the same. He knows that. He knew that when he grew up in America and came over here. He'll tell you, oh, the twerking and all that, I bought that from the Caribbean. And that's a lie, but because we were twerking in New Orleans already. But neither here nor there. He said he knows that we're not the same, but he's doing this on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing it on purpose to misguide people to think that FBA and African descendants of slaves are being hateful and self-hatred or practicing self-hatred and separatism. No, we're not. No, we're not. What we're doing is saying you have your thing, we have ours, and that's okay. When you want to be an ally, come on in. But what you're not going to do is attach yourself for your gain and our loss. We're done with that. We are done with that. No, we're not doing that no more. And nobody, I don't care who it is, you can get white Jesus Christ on a bike to come down here and tell us that we shouldn't separate or we shouldn't say that we have our own identity. And we're not going. We're not going. We're not going. You can't shame. Listen, we not our mamas in them who cared about what motherfuckers. You can't shame us into that. And again, I don't subscribe to ADOS. I don't subscribe to FBA, but I know the people that she's speaking about includes me. Okay. Now, let's get into where they're about to catch her up, though. Under this term, I keep telling y'all, African descendants of slaves, FBA, they listen, somebody put it in the chat earlier. Oh, the reason they took out that Tariq created FBA is because clear people was trying to wiggle in on ADOS. That's because words matter, they're powerful. And if you're not concise with your words, they're gonna find loophole after loophole and wiggle their way in like a damn tadpole. Check this out.
And try to shoehorn
When
into
did she
that.
do that?
That's what we're not having.
When did she do that? When did she say she was a descendant of chattel slavery?
Her supporters did that. I don't think.
I don't give a damn. You said she.
And when she adopted,
She
okay,
never said
let
that.
Me ask you the question.
She never said that ever.
You don't have to say that explicitly, ma'am.
Sweetie, then that's your mistake.
That's your mistake.
That is your mistake.
You ask me a question,
because you're
answer.
listening to other people as opposed to the words of the person. I am always going to let you speak, but don't lie here and say
I'm not lying.
that Kamala Harris,
ma'am. Don't accuse me of anything.
Don't be bamming me.
Let me pause you right quick because I don't know who this loudmouth heifer is, but let me add something to this conversation. Hold on. So this lady is on here saying, when did Kamala say that? When did Kamala say she was an African descendant of slave? And Evette told her multiple times she never said that. But what she's doing is allowing the people around her to saying it, and she's inferring or implying it by her actions. You want to see a proof? Hold on, because I don't like this disingenuous bullshit. Because she even brought up the fact of how Kamala used the Freedom song from Beyonce and said that has significance to the struggle of the Black Americans on this land. And when she uses these songs and she says stuff like, I wash my greens down in the bathtub, she is playing into the lie and that she's an African descendant of slave. Check it out.
So I know how to make a mean pot of greens. In fact, people used to ask me to make greens for them for Christmas. One year, I had so many that I had to wash that we ended up washing them in the bathtub.
No other culture, listen to me and listen to me good. Not in the Caribbeans, not in Africa, not the Black people in Asia, not the Black people in Hawaii. No other culture has a tradition of greens. That is Black America. Greens are Black America. Period. Not Jamaican, not African, not Trinidadian, not Afro-Latina. That is a strictly Black American meal. It's part of our identity markers. So when this lady come up here and say, oh, one time I had cooked greens so good that the people, they wanted me to make some greens, so I put them in a tub because I had to wash them. It was so many. She is playing into the fact that she is a Black woman. So when this loudmouth hoe get on here that I'm about to play back again, talking about, oh, when did she say that? When did she say that? I'm gonna show you when she said it, bitch. I should have been up there, but they would have dropped me. This when she said it.
So I know how to make a mean pot of greens. In fact, people used to ask me to make greens for them for Christmas. One year, I had so many that I had to wash that we ended up washing them in the bathtub.
Bitch, don't play with no me. Don't get on here and act like she ain't running around here acting like she a nigga. Do not do that. That's gaslighting. That's why I say this doggone live, and it's on the channel, the whole live. Listen, this live really had me, like, I was so triggered. It was ridiculous. Because it's almost like you see something and somebody telling you you ain't looking at what you see. Now, let me go back, because we're going to start with that piece, then they're going to get into the ADOS thing. Check it out.
And try to shoehorn
When
into
did she
that.
do
That's
that?
what we're not having.
When did she do that? When did she say she was a descendant of chattel slavery?
Her supporters did that. I don't think.
I don't give a damn. You said she.
And when she adopted,
she
okay,
never said
let
that.
Me answer you the question.
She never said that ever.
You don't have to say that explicitly, ma'am.
Sweetie, then that's your mistake.
That's your mistake.
That is your mistake.
You ask me a question,
because
let me
you're
answer.
listening to other people as opposed to the words of the person. I am always going to let you speak, but don't lie here and say
I'm not lying.
that Kamala
I'm not
Harris
lying, ma'am. Don't accuse me of anything.
Don't be blaming me.
No, I can do whatever I want to do. I didn't call you.
So Luke, can I ask you a better question? All right, so ADOS, right? It means American descendant of slavery. Now, is that United States Americans of descendant of slavery?
Yes, American descendants of
No, hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Is that American descendant of slavery, or is that United States American descendants of slavery? Because technically, American descendants of slavery can be any of the American countries up and down the Western Hemisphere, because there were slaves all over the place. So technically, I can call myself.
United States
Hold on. Let me finish. Because technically, I can call myself an American descendant of slavery because my family comes from descendant of slaves in Jamaica. Somebody that, but not by your definition. But
I'm sorry,
but
hold on.
Finish,
Drew, and let her explain it, because we want to know.
Yeah. Because anybody, because somebody from Colombia can say that they're ADOS, because technically, because you can say it's your definition, but I can say, well, that's my definition too.
But hold on.
So,
let her answer. Let her define what's an ADOS. Can you do that? Go ahead.
Yes, American.
I know you asked a great question.
American descendants of slavery in the United States of America. 1619, Reconstruction, Civil War, that. So we don't need to. We have a specific definition, and it relates to this country, the United States of America.
Okay, Miss. So no, that's good right there. Let's leave it right there.
So listen, I know what Evette Carnell is talking about when she say American descendants of slaves. They know who she's talking about when she say American descendant of slaves. But this is what I'm trying to tell you, why words are so important. That's why when you see Chinese, you only think of one group of people. There's no room to wiggle that in there. When you see Japanese, there's only one group of people come across your mind. There's nobody who can wiggle their way in there. When you see white people, there's only one group of people come to mind. You can't wiggle your way in there. So with this woman saying American descendants of slaves, he tried to wiggle his way in there by saying, see, well, by you saying Americans, then really technically the Americas is part of America. So by my parents being from Jamaica, then that means I'm added to it. Why are you trying so hard, first of all, to be a part of something that you're not, number one? And then number two, you know exactly what she means. But listen, if that's not specified in the name, then it won't matter. So let's just say ADOS went to the UN and got reparations. American descendants of slaves. Clear people gonna be able to apply. Hispanics gonna be able to apply. Asians gonna be able to apply. And all of the Africans gonna be able, everybody, because you're not specific, even though I know what she means. This is what I'm saying. She's not specific in the words that she's choosing. So when somebody said, oh, that's why Tariq created FBA because clear people was wiggling in, I see it. But even in foundational Black Americans, all they got to do is hone in on the word foundational, and be like, oh, foundation just means from the, like you've been here from the beginning. Cool. Well, my mama had me here and I had kids here. So that means my kids fall under foundational. You see what I'm saying? So he tried it and he's trying to be smart because they wouldn't let her talk. First of all, they would not let her talk. What they were doing is trying to make it seem like the lady didn't know what she was talking about, and they overtalked her to try to trip her up, and it did not work. It did not work. It absolutely did not work, okay? And I think that that's frustrating to me because I know that they're being willfully disgusting. You trying, dago. This is why genealogy, dago. Because see, once you start digging into genealogy, ain't no discussions to be had. When you start talking about genealogical lineage, not because of what we was learned in high school or middle school through social studies. No. I'm talking about government documentation. You can't wiggle yourself into that. You can't wiggle yourself into that. You know what I mean? This is why genealogy is very important, because when I go do my genealogy, you can't fit yourself into my story. When you go do your genealogy, you can't fit yourself into somebody else's story. And listen, if we were to do some sort of mass genealogy, and what do I mean by that? And I don't even know if it's possible. If we were to take the mass of Black Americans, and we don't have to identify each person by name, but identify lineage by lineage and ancestry by who they are and where they come from, we would already be able to separate the bull. We would already be able to say, nope, according to the masses of Black Americans, no, you don't fit into this, because in 18 whatever, when the Civil War happened, these people were here. It's documented. You were not. In the 1960s, we pulled the data. In the 50s, when they were doing voting rights, when they were doing civil rights en masse, you were not here. Now, if you do your genealogy onesie twosie and you find out that you had a great granddaddy who was here, then okay, we can talk to you about a few things. But as a mass, as a people, you were not here. Okay? So that's what because they're trying to wiggle their way with them words, and it bothers me the most. It bothers me the most. And then one girl was on there talking about because they are not the majority. Who not the majority? Who not the majority? Girl, are you crazy? If we wasn't the majority, then who is? Black and African is the same thing, just two different terminologies. Some of you self-hating African Americans are going to have to choose another color because the African race owns blackness. Okay, sure. I don't even say that I'm Black, so you can have it, fat. You and all of Mother Africa can have the word Black. You got it. What else you want me to say, African goddess? What else you want me to say with that American symbol on you? Because I know they taught you that it was from Africa, but the gag is when you finally realize that you've been lied to just like us, you're going to realize that's an American signal on your profile. But welcome to America. Welcome to America. You can have the word Black. It's yours. Have it. You can have it. I don't want it. You can have it. Now what? Now what else you gotta say? You still preaching self-hate because you mad because we don't want to say that me and you are the same. And if you are from Africa, you the most disingenuous motherfucker on here, because at least with the Caribbeans, we share some sort of similarities. You motherfuckers don't share nothing with us. See, you African motherfuckers, y'all don't share nothing with us. As a matter of fact, y'all make up derogatory terms to call us. Y'all only come over here and get Americanized and westernized, and then some of y'all know how to cosplay and act like you give a damn about Black Americans, but you really don't. Because when you go inside your house and your mom put that foo-foo on the goddamn stove and y'all over there eating that Play-Doh and that damn gravy y'all be eating, sticking that Play-Doh in, y'all do not think and share the ideals of Black America. So if You are an African. You the most disingenuous motherfucker on here, and you don't have nothing to tell me. Carry your ass back to Africa. Okay? That's what you do, African goddess. That's what you do. You carry your ass back to, so you can Watusi your ass back to Africa. Because if Africa was so great, why the fuck is you here, Ike? Why is you here? If Africa is so great, Africa owns black, Africa owns this, why is you so messed up down in Africa? You can't talk one way and act another, Mother Africa. That don't go like that. Africa this, Africa that. But you ain't eating no fufu. Your ass is down at the local McDonald's. Mike Donald. You ain't eating no fufu. You ain't listening to Afro beats. You over here hip hopping it out, drill musicing it out. You ain't running around in your African garb. You probably got on a Nike sweatsuit as we speak. Go lay down, Mother Africa. Go lay down. Y'all the most controversial and contradictory people I've ever met. I believe y'all them Negro-peans. I really believe the Africans are the original Europeans. I believe that. And I've been looking into it. I believe y'all really them conquerors, them conquistadors who came over here with them clear people when we was already here. But that's a story for another day. But what I'm saying is, if Africa is this and Africa is that, then carry your ass back to Africa. Because we can tell when y'all be cosplaying, it's easy. Y'all don't even have no swag. Y'all just like, ugh, gotta be them Negro-peans. Got to be. Y'all don't have, y'all just, my brother. This is self-hate, my brother. My brother. Would you like to try some fufu? Would you like to try some fufu, bro? My brother, come home to Ghana. Come home to Ghana so we can take all of your money. And we can go ahead and scam you. Come home to Ghana. Africa is sorry, my brother. Come to Africa. You can buy land. You'll never be a citizen, but you can buy land. Come to Africa. Man, if you don't get your Play-Doh eating ass about my face, bro, nigga, I would never want to be an African. I'd rather be a damn black Asian before I be a goddamn African. Nigga, you done lost your rabbit. Are you crazy? Eat no goddamn Play-Doh, dipping it in no gravy. Are you crazy? Bitch, do you know how we eat around here? Do you know how we eat? Do you know how we party? Do you know how we celebrate? Bitch, do you know the nuance of our culture? You think I would trade all of that in to go play in Africa in the dirt? They say y'all pissing and shitting outside. Girl, please. Girl, please. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Now, this ain't for everybody. This is just for the ones who over here talking about we holler self-hate. This ain't no self-hate. Self-hate would imply that me and you are the same, and we ain't. Ain't nothing similar about us other than our skin color, and hell, quiet as it's kept, y'all niggas blacker than black. So, but that's a whole nother story. But ain't nothing similar with us, and we are not the same. So it can't be self-hate, because me and you ain't never been the same, and we ain't never gonna be the same, and we ain't the same people, and we didn't come from no goddamn Africa. But let's move. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Carry your ass back to Africa. Carry your ass back to Africa. Okay? We seen the movie Coming to America. We seen it. Where is Prince Hakeem? Go carry your ass around there and find Prince Hakeem and King Jeffrey Jaffa, whatever his name is, and tell them to come get you on the private jet. Okay? Please. And I heard that was wrote by American, a nigga. Girl, please. Let's move on. Let's move into Uncle Luke, girl. So now Uncle Luke done went off on poor Rizza, girl. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, girl. Listen. He went off on Uncle Luke, girl. I mean, on Rizza Islam, and that man is so unproblematic. Girl, let's get into it. Now, I'm going to get into what Rizza said, and then we're going to get into Uncle Luke going off on Rizza, girl. I couldn't believe it. Let's get into it, girl. This was a time, girl. Y'all had to be there. Look.
Won't have the same smoke for Trump because the bottom line is, Miss Riri, a lot of these people are getting paid. A lot of these think tanks are powered by Steve Bannon. He created this shit. And they're paying these people to get on here to say a lot of this shit, to create these false narratives about black people and this black lady, because they have no facts, they have no receipts. I'm moving on. Who we got next here?
We got Rizza next.
Come on, Rizza.
Peace. Assalamu alaikum. To everyone in the space, I've listened and I've learned. I appreciate Brother Uncle Luke for opening the space and for all of those who have made their contributions to it. I am primarily here because my leader is Minister Farrakhan. I've heard his name dropped roughly between 55 to 65 times. And the comparison between Malcolm, the minister, and Kamala as a premise to go between why we should or should not say this person can speak on behalf of black people, I do not find to be fair, and I don't find that to be at all, I would say, logical. The question of lineage would never be brought into the picture if the work from Kamala Harris would have been the fighting for the freedom, justice, and equality of black people. Her lineage would not be brought into question, just as Minister Farrakhan's and Malcolm X's are not brought into question overwhelmingly because their record and reputation goes into the idea of fighting for the upliftment, freedom, justice, and equality of black people. It's very clear. So I'm not going to get into the argument of the lineage or Tether or FBA, ADOS, any of that. The fact is, they have fought for the upliftment of black people. Kamala's record shows different. It's very, very simple. Whoever you choose to vote for, that is your decision. You want to vote for Trump, that is your decision. Kamala, your decision. Dr. Cornell West, because he is on the ballot, although most of our people don't even bring him up, he is on there. If you choose to vote for him, that is your choice. But I simply wanted to make it very clear that we cannot, in all good sense, nor logic, nor reason, compare Kamala Harris with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And Brother Luke, I will caution you as your younger brother to just be mindful that if you have an argument with someone, as you do with Tariq Nasheed, and I understand, I've heard the back and forth, simply get on the phone and call the brother rather than bringing Minister Farrakhan into this.
All right, now y'all heard Rizza. Rizza only came up there to say, "Hey, Uncle Luke, big brother, love you down to the ground." But y'all keep throwing Minister Farrakhan in this, and that my leader, because he said it. That's my leader. He said my leader don't have nothing to do with this. I think it's disingenuous because you're trying to compare him to her when he has an actual history in Black America and that lady doesn't. And I don't mean like as far as living here, as far as being in the culture. He was a violin player or something, wasn't he? Didn't he play in like a jazz band or something like that? He was a musician. He is one of those allies that we have, you know what I'm saying, that came over and actually said some things, got banished off social media. He put his stuff on the line for Black Americans. Now, I have my issues with Farrakhan, but as a whole, I'll say he's done way more good than bad for the community. So what Rizza was coming on here saying is, listen, I get it, y'all beefing, you know what I'm saying, but if you can, leave the minister out of this, because the minister don't have nothing to do with Tyreek calling you a tether. And then furthermore, I think you should get on the phone and call him. Now, this is Rizza Islam. Get on the phone and talk to Tyreek instead of coming open these spaces, because it's going to get nasty. Well, Rizza Islam, child, who knew you was going to be on the menu? And when I tell you Uncle Luke went off on Rizza Islam because, and I swear to God, now this clip I'm showing you came from Twitter because I didn't have time to go back and cut the video. But this is exactly what followed. The whole live is on my channel. Go watch it. If you got something to do and you need to be hands-free, put your earbuds in. It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm telling you, go listen to it. You don't need to see nothing. You just put it on. It's gonna be crazy. Now let's get into how this man responded, girl. You couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, girl. Poor Rizza Islam, not the Rizza in the Dizza. We talking about the Rizza Islam. Let's get into it.
When we talk about him, don't get no. You're attacking all of us. When this fuck nigga say this shit, he's attacking all of us.
Who are you
So
referring
if you
to?
gonna come, if you follow this,
Talking about Tariq Nasheed.
Okay, just clarifying. I didn't know who you were
This
referring
Tariq
to.
Nasheed. No, we're talking about Tariq Nasheed. Don't get it twisted. You know what you came up here to defend,
brother. I follow Farrakhan.
When we talk about him, don't get no.
I follow Farrakhan.
No. You don't follow no Farrakhan. You saying that shit to justify what the fuck this fuck nigga be saying on here. If you say it for one person, you obviously know who Rizza is. If you say it for one person, see these people think you get on. I just don't think hold on. These people get on here and think that somebody don't know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. You get on here and have a conversation with me. You having a conversation with a real motherfucker now. So don't come up here and try to, don't come up here and try to slide in this motherfucker. See, it's a lot of sliding around to defend Tariq. That's what it is. There's a lot of sliding around to defend him. But the bottom line, when you go and your definition of a nigga is the definition of a nigga. And it's Webster. If you create a definition of a tether, then all of us fall into that category. All of us fall into the category. And then it becomes you get deeper into your definition of it. Huh? Because of
girl. Rhonda's Glam Corner say, why are they so angry? Girl, it's separation anxiety, girl. That's what it is. They're going through a bit of separation anxiety. You know how like you have your baby and right before they go to preschool, they be with you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Then on the first day of school, typically what happens when you go to drop the baby off and he realizes you're not staying, he typically act out. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, mama, I want my mama. They say the first day is typically the hardest day. And what's happening here is Luke is suffering from first day of school separation anxiety. That's what it is. See, Luke has been able to be amongst the culture, contribute negative, horrible things to the culture, and be accepted as one of us. But now that we're waking up to understand that, hey, we love y'all, but y'all different, Luke is having a bit of separation anxiety. Luke, that's what it is. He's going through first day of school separation anxiety. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll take probably, I don't know how long it'll take. For some children, it goes by real quickly. For some others, it could take a little while. But at some point, they do get used to the idea that mama not gonna be at school with them. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Luke went off on Rizza Islam. Somebody put it in the chat. First of all, Rizza Islam is more than capable of taking care of himself and defending himself. That man could kick most of our ass. Well, mine obviously, but most men's ass. He ain't scared of no Uncle Luke. He came in humble, kind, saying, listen, I get it. Y'all got y'all thing. I don't want no smoke, bro. Just leave the minister out of it. And this man, Uncle Luke, went ham hocks on this man Rizza, saying that he ain't following no. And first of all, that nigga said you don't follow no Farrakhan. Nigga, what? You don't follow Farrakhan. And I'm glad the boy in the back said you don't know Rizza Islam. What you mean he don't follow Farrakhan? Then he turned around and says, and you just coming up here to defend this fuck nigga. I said, God, listen, Tariq, if Tariq ever heard this, Tariq, you calling that nigga a tether, he gonna have nightmares about that. So what I would suggest is you call him a tether again. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I can suggest. Call him a tether again. Now, I'm not promoting it. I just want to see how the next crash out go. You know what I'm saying? But girl, he is not well. He's not well. It's separation anxiety. He's not well. He's not well. He's not, like, something is wrong with brother Luke. Something is wrong with Luke Skywalker now. Now, on tomorrow, we gonna talk and discuss receipts. Because what I found is that Uncle Luke is a woman beater, or at least was, allegedly, but we gonna go with the move. Allegedly, they say he was a scammer. He scammed the whole group out of their monions. They say, shout out, rest in peace, Mitch. Mitch went on that unmentionable's name and said that that man, that he was a horrible person. He talk about how when he met him, he didn't like him because he was beating his baby mama. I didn't say it. This is what Mitch said. Yes, a deadbeat father. They say he was not a good person. And you know, as the time goes by, I'm starting to believe that Uncle Luke come around this bitch as an agent from the beginning. Because even when you go into how they met this nigga, it was on some fluke shit. Where did Uncle Luke come from? Black Americans in the chat, if you've been on this channel, you know I told y'all the way they used to been able to trick us, and still to this day, is through what? The biracial people, because we believe in the one drop rule, and not all. These are, I'm just saying, the ones that they've used. And also through the foreigners, because we don't know the difference. But the problem is today we're waking up to recognize there's a difference. Now, this literally, if this is Luke and he's an agent, this throws a whole monkey wrench in this whole plan, because now we're not gonna give you the passes we've been giving you, thinking you one of us. Okay? So I'm of the belief Luke was a plan from the beginning, because if Mitch wrote most of the records and all Luke did was get up on the mic and convince them to do all of these things, and while Luke made the most of the money, he was tied to the orange juice people. I'm of the belief, now I don't know this to be a fact, but I'm of the belief Luke been an agent from the beginning. The only difference is they tapped him on the shoulder and needed him to clock back in. Do you get it? Do you get it? It's given they tapped him on the shoulders with the 3 taps and say, hey, I know we retired you, but I need you to clock back in. Yeah, the whole crew. The Chinaman, man, look, again, listen, maturing and letting that sun hit your head make you open a whole lot of things. Because listen, the whole crew, one of them in the military, and then the Chinese dude, I forgot that nigga was Chinese. He kept the hat on and a big old jacket. Tomorrow's live is gonna be dedicated to Uncle Luke. I might do a video too and then talk about tomorrow's live. But tomorrow live, we're going to dedicate it to Uncle Luke. I didn't appreciate the disrespect of Rizza Islam. I didn't appreciate the disrespect to Evette Carnell. I didn't appreciate the disrespect to none of the foundational Black Americans / ADOS, American descendants of slaves that he had on there under the guise that we're being separatists while he's over there gagging and cursing and cussing and acting a fool on us because we're saying we're different. That is the problem. So tomorrow's live will be dedicated to Uncle Luke. Rizza, I hope you see this nigga and chin check him. But I know you're not gonna do that because you're a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? But I just hope one day somehow something happened and you pop that nigga upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not promoting it. I just said I hope it happened. You know. Nevertheless, you guys, I'm gonna get off here. We're on 2 hours and 8 minutes. let me say, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. We not just here to discuss this shit and move on with our lives. We have to separate from these people. From the people like Uncle Luke, because we have allies in the Americas. That's not what I'm saying. But to the ones like Uncle Luke, we gotta separate. We gotta separate. We can't. We just can't. You know how Obama said, yes, we can. In 2024, moving forward, our response to all of this bullshit should be no, we can't. Do you get it? No more yes, we can. Moving on to no, we can't. Okay? Thank you, Miss Parker, for the super chat. Name one black person who wash greens in the tub. Nobody I know. Thank you, Sade, for the super chat. I'm a melanated and indigenous of Turtle Island. You can keep them terms black and African American. I know who I am, and I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you to Don for the super chat. As a Haitian American, we are also not from slaves. We are indigenous ancestors. We have indigenous ancestors are the Tainos. Yes, in Haiti, they are still living in the mountains till this day. We were also told we all just from slaves. Listen, I'm so glad that y'all understand what's going on in Haiti, because that brainwashing they done did down here in America got us all. They got Africans coming over here telling us we African and we don't even eat Play-Doh. Can you believe that? Girl, please. We don't cook the same. We don't eat the same. We don't dress the same. We don't dance the same. We don't talk the same. We don't look the same. And them fools around here eating their Play-Doh telling us we the same. Girl, you can't make it up. You had to be there. But nevertheless, like I said, moving forward, I'm going to get off of here. Listen. No more yes, we can. Now we need to move back into there go Tina. No, we can't. I love y'all down to the ground. Shout out to the allies and the black Americans in the chat. Peace. I'm about to Joce y'all up out of here so I can go get this run in. Love y'all down.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo dog time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.